I've been meaning to do one for months, but fell into the biggest, fattest reading slump known to man. So you kind of can't really read when you're slumping that hard, especially for 24 hours. I'm gonna just try and see how far I can get today, but my aim is to do 2 12-hour days, just so I don't mess up my sleep schedule. But if I wanna go further, I can go further, but we do have to do a minimum of 12 hours a day for the next 2 days. I'm currently reading Gloves Off by Stephanie Archer. This is the 4th book in the Vancouver Storm series, which is an ice hockey series. It starts off with Behind the Net, then The Fake Out, then The Wingman, and then this one. And they've actually just announced a new one that's coming in February. So I'm setting myself up really well here for this one. I think I'm on, let me check what page I'm on. Chapter 29, page 141. So made quite a dent into it so far, 32%. Sit back, relax, grab a drink and a snack. We're gonna be starting in 2 minutes, which is 10 AM. And we're gonna be reading at least until 10 PM tonight. And then tomorrow we will start another 12-hour timer. Currently on chapter 36 and it's been just over the half-an-hour mark, and I just wanted to mention how much I completely missed reading crappy romance books. Like, as much as I love this and this is good, this series literally has like 5-star reads from me. Essentially it is just a book top romance, but I haven't been able to read that since around like May last year. So in order to get back into it, I've needed to be in like the right headspace for it. But absolutely loving this so far. I've literally been giggling, kicking my feet and just laughing along and just loving it and just wanting to get through it. I haven't had that with a book in a really long time where I've just wanted to binge it and not stop reading, which is really, really good. Perfect start, obviously, to a 24-hour readathon. And there is one thing about Stephanie Archer, and that is that she knows how to write a good man. Like, sometimes they can be a little bit cringe, but in the best way. If that's what you know about going into it, you can't complain. And I'm loving Alexi in this book so far. I am going to switch over to my Kindle. Have mini steak bakes. Finished. I finished The Wingman by Stephanie Archer, and I think I'm going to do like reviews and stuff at the end because I need time to like sit and process everything. But I've got such a bad headache, hence the no glasses, and really just want to have a nap. But I'm not going to because we've only finished one book. How long left on timer? 7 hours left of today's reading, and I'm in the mood for a Frida McFadden thriller, or just a thriller of some kind. I think that is the perfect thing for me right now because I need to stay interested. It is absolutely pissing down outside, but I'm thinking of picking up The Tenant by Frida McFadden. But I think I may be doing this as a buddy read with someone, so I don't want to start it while they're not ready to do it, if that makes sense. So I might just find another Frida book on my TBR or like on my Kindle, because they're all on Kindle Unlimited anyway. But if I can't think of anything else that I want to read, I'll probably start this one. So I'm getting my shoes on because I ordered dinner an hour ago and it just never showed up, so I had to cancel my order. I only wanted some chicken wings, as per usual, you guys know around here. And now I need to go and get my stupid dinner, which is just annoying because I'm hangry. I'm still reading The Surrogate Mother. I'm currently on page 132. Didn't really like it straight away, but I haven't read a thriller in a while, so I think I was just craving that romance feeling again, but I didn't want to get too slumpy with it, hence the genre change. I just didn't really care about either of our characters, but it's got to the point now where the surrogate is acting really, really weird towards Sam, who's the husband and father of the child. And it's just like she's getting a little bit too close. She's calling him Sammy. They've never met before now. And it's just like, you are overstepping your boundaries, babes. You are overstepping your boundaries. And guess what? To top that all off, My camera's stopped working. I need to figure it out because I don't know what's going to happen if it doesn't work. Oh, it's working. Fabulous. Okay, I digress. I'm going to go get my dinner because I'm that hungry that if that camera didn't work, I probably would have thrown it at the wall. Just kidding, not really. And I'm going to bring my Kindle with me because we've got some reading to do. It is currently 5:53 p.m. in the Big Brother house and I'm going to go get some dinner. I don't even know if you can see me, but it's now got to the point in the book where the wife, Abby, has like sort of told or implied to her husband Sam that Monica, the assistant, is acting a little bit weird, and it's the first time that Monica's ever shown her like full pregnant belly because she's been hiding it from the people at work because obviously they work together. She's like, oh, and they're like hugging each other and she's jealous. I would be like, who is you? Who is you? Monica. But it's getting really, really good now. As I said before, I didn't really love it at first, didn't really think anything of it, thought it was just going to be like a mediocre book, but I'm really getting into it now and wanting to know what's happening next. Currently on page 149, so managed to read a little bit on the way to get dinner. Of course we will be finishing this today. I am officially over halfway through, which is amazing. Dinner has been acquired, that's a better word, and consumed, and I'm still reading The Surrogate Mother. I did take like a semi break while I was eating. I was kind of like, I had it here and I was trying to like eat at the same time, but I feel so full up right now. But I'm on page 177. It does say that I'm going to finish this book within the next 2 hours. I'm currently 60% of the way through, and obviously because it's a thriller, it's starting to pick up a lot more now, so I'm going to be getting through it a lot faster. I am starting to look progressively worse. I think I'm going to have either a shower or a bath. I'm not sure which one yet. I do need to wash my hair, but I'm kind of just going to save that for tomorrow because I don't have time to wash my hair during a readathon. So I think I'm going to finish up this book and just see what happens. I think I want to read a short story next because I feel like that will be a really good way to keep me motivated because it will mean ticking off another book, getting through my reading goal, and also where I've read 2 decently sized main books, it would be good to just sprinkle like a little short story or a graphic novel or just something fun in there. So we will get to that when the time comes. I'm not even going to think about it until I finish this, but I'm 60% of the way through, as I said. The main female character is starting to get a little bit suspicious now of Monica, the surrogate. So yeah. Something's just happened and Abby, the main character, has come home like crying, and the first thing that Sam asks her is Monica okay? Bro, are you kidding me? If I was married to a man for 8 years and I come home crying and the first thing he says is another woman okay? Bear in mind it's the woman, the 23-year-old woman who is pregnant with his child. No thank you, absolutely not. Random location change. I have got 33 minutes and 21 seconds left of today's timer because obviously I'm going to do the 12 hours per day, and I finished The Surrogate Mother. I actually quite liked it. There was definitely bits and bobs of it where I was shocked, did gasp out loud and stuff like that. Also apologies for the horrendous lighting in here. I'm about to run a bath because I'm so cold. But all in all, it wasn't the best thriller I've read by Freida McFadden, and definitely not the best thriller I've read like in general. It definitely was interesting, but I did guess one of the major plot points. So like a massive plot twist happened, but I'd already predicted it like 100 pages earlier, which kind of sucks because I can imagine if you didn't guess it, it would have taken you by surprise. But I have just figured out what I'm going to read next, which I believe is another thriller. It's a short story because we've only got like half an hour left. I'm going to read The New Year's Party by Daniel Hurst, which is a short story which is around 51 pages, but obviously because it's January I thought it'd be fitting. It is the next morning, it's 8:55. I'm still in my pyjamas and I plan on starting this readathon today in my pyjamas, and I will be starting at 9 AM, but I have no idea what I want to read yet, guys. But we have 12 hours and 7 minutes on our timer. This is when I finished the mini short story last night. It was okay. I didn't even want to give an opinion on it because it was kind of pointless. It wasn't thrilling, to say the least. I have read a Daniel Hurst book before. I think it was called The Doctor's Wife, back in like 2023, 2022. It wasn't the best, to say the least. However, we are moving on from that right now. We have 12 hours and 7 minutes left to complete today. If I start at 9, it will just finish after 9 PM. My voice is very sore for some reason, but I need to pick a book to read ASAP because we've got 4 minutes. But what I was thinking is doing what I did in my TBR video, where I go on my want to read list on Fable and get Fable to pick for me, because I'm trying to prioritise my physical TBR in the new year. And obviously I have my Kindle on me, so let's see what Fable has to say. No, I am not reading Macbeth this time of the morning. Oh, what do I do? I might just have to do like a little scroll through the Kindle situation. Guys, I've been listening to the audiobook of it because for some reason it just wasn't loading on my Kindle, and I had it on Audible, so I was like, perfect, great. Listen to it. I had 12 minutes left and it's gone, title no longer included in my membership. Not that I even really cared about it, like it wasn't anything amazing and it was kind of confusing, but I want to know what happens. It just got to like the biggest plot twist where I was going to find everything out. That has infuriated me in ways I cannot describe. But on the bright side, we get to pick another book. Guys, I don't know what's going on, but every time I press a book on my Kindle, it says application error, the selected application could not be started, please try again. And it's happening to every single book that I'm trying to open. And this readathon cannot carry on without my Kindle because I have no other books with me. So like, what do I do? I literally don't know what to do. Buy a new Kindle. Do you think it's because I haven't really been on it the last couple of months, and then yesterday I was on it for like 12 hours? My trusty friend Miss Google said to hold the power for 40 seconds and hope that works. Oh, it's just doing it. If it wipes my Kindle, I will off myself. It's not looking good, bro. It really isn't looking good. Manifest that it works.
Problem solved.
War is over, guys.
Continue reading.
War is over. Why was I kind of hoping it didn't work so I didn't have to read for another 10 hours?
No, you just wanted to go and buy a new Kindle.
Now I need to pick a book to read. So I popped out to run some errands, which is where I was. I had a Greggs, it was very nice. But I'm still listening to Love Me Do by Lindsay Kelk. Randomly just decided to pick it because I had the audiobook on Everand, like Scribed, which is a subscription that I pay for. And it was on my physical TBR, so I also ran home to grab the physical copy as well. That way I can read it as a physical copy. I'm currently on chapter 9, really enjoying it so far. I've had this book on my physical TBR for possibly over a year now, and it definitely wasn't one of them ones that I was like, I need to read this right now. It was always just sort of like, okay, I'll read it when I get to it kind of thing. But I'm really enjoying it. The narrator of the audiobook and also the people in the book are English, so there is that like sprinkled in British humour, which if you guys are an OG watcher, you'll know that I absolutely love. Just like the slang used and the terms used and the phrases used, it's very much my dialect and how I speak, so I'm finding that very funny, very relatable, which is fun. Enjoying the plot so far. It sort of has flipped between LA and England briefly, because her sister, our main character's sister, moves to LA for work, and then she ends up going out there and staying sort of like in the house and like house sitting for her while she's off doing whatever she's doing. And she has a pool, and then she meets the neighbour, but then she's trying to set her new friend up with the neighbour, but I think she likes the neighbour. It's like a whole thing, but I'm really enjoying it. Like, this is definitely one that if I knew that it had like that British humour and like this kind of vibe beforehand, I think I would have read it sooner, which is good. That's fun. As I said, I'm on chapter 9. I am still listening to it as an audiobook. I've got 3 hours left of the audiobook, and we have 5 hours and 46 minutes left on our timer. And chapter 9 is page 119, so we've definitely made quite a big dent into it so far. Now this is where we come to a little bit of a predicament. Well, it's not really a predicament, it's just what I'm doing. I've been invited to the pub tonight. And as much as I would love to just sit and edit this video and get it up for you, I do want to go to the pub. But it does obviously mean me getting ready. But this readathon obviously ends at 7 minutes past 9 in the evening. So I need to get ready so that once the readathon is over, I can skedaddle. Anyway, long story short, while I've still got 3 hours left of my audiobook, I will have a shower and get myself ready so I'm ready to go out. And that way we can actually read an actual book once we're done. We might as well, while I'm still just sort of like figuring out what to do while I've got the audiobook, I might as well get myself ready. So I wanted to just introduce this book to you anyway and tell you that I'm really enjoying it actually. It's really fun and I've been actually laughing out loud. I had it in my headphones like while I was out and about as well and laughed out loud multiple times. I don't really know what to say. You're right. Your girl is ready and raring to go out, but I just wanted to give a quick update on Love Me Do by Lindsay Kelk. I really enjoyed this book. The third act conflict kind of caught me by surprise because it wasn't what I was expecting, but I think it was done quite well. The only problem I have with this book is that the majority of it, our main male character, Ren, is with Belle, who is one of Phoebe's friends, because she set them up, which is absolutely fine, but I feel like we didn't get enough time to see Phoebe and Ren as an actual couple, if that makes sense, because everything sort of happened very close towards the end. I think I was like half an hour left of the audiobook and they'd only really just started sort of getting together. And like obviously you see their friendship grow throughout the book when they were friends, but it would have been nice and interesting to see a little bit more of their romantic dynamic as well. But then that being said, I do feel like this was much more than a romance. This is obviously marketed towards a romance. It's very romancy. But the strong female friendships, the speak of abuse, the sisterhood, and everything else in this book is incredible. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it as well. It felt like more than a romance to me, which I love in books. But I literally have like an hour and a bit left of the readathon. And I know I'm not going to get a book finished in time. So how I'm thinking in my head, and I know this is cheating and I feel really bad about it, is I'm debating to stop it here, right guys? And hear me out. I have read for 22 hours over the last 2 days. That is more than I've read in months because I've been in a reading slump since May last year. So like, I am happy to just pat myself on the back and just call it a day. I said I'm going to pat myself on the back and call it a day and just go to the pub.
Good decision.
Cool, I'll do that then. Right, I'll speak to you in the morning when I'm wrapping up and reviewing. Side quest at the petrol garage, but just wanted to update you anyway. It's literally been 5 minutes since I last spoke to you. I bought my Kindle with me, so I might genuinely start a book on the way and just read anyway. But I don't know what I want to read. But I'm just sort of like scrolling through what I've got and hoping something catches my eye. Like right now would be a great time for another short story because I can just get it done within like the short amount of time that we had left anyway and then call it a night. Good morning guys, it's actually the same day this video has been uploaded and I completely forgot to end it last night. After I went to the pub, I don't feel too well today. Not because I'm hungover, just to clarify. I literally drank 1 drink. I just feel like I've caught a cold in the last couple of days. But I did just obviously want to give you like a very quick run through of all the books I managed to finish in today's readathon. We obviously started off with Gloves Off by Stephanie Archer. This was very close. Very tiny, very close to being a 5-star read for me, but there was just one tiny little thing, and I'm one of the people, I'm like, it's not a 5-star if I have to debate it. If I have to wonder if it's a 5-star, then it's not a 5-star, because if it's a 5-star, I'll know about it. And I was thinking about the very start of the book, and it's meant to be like grumpy sunshine, marriage of convenience, if opposites attract. But Alexei at some points wasn't just grumpy, he was actually damn mean. But like, I know for a fact, and I said this earlier on in the video, like Stephanie Archer knows how to write a man. So like, he was very much attractive, he was very much brooding, he was very much like, I was giggling and kicking my feet at that man, do not get me wrong. Then in my head I was like, some of this stuff he's said is actually quite mean, but then you do slowly learn like throughout the book that it is sort of like a defense mechanism and stuff like that. So I don't know. I then moved on to read The Surrogate Mother by Frida McFadden. This one I think I'm going to settle on 3-star, maybe a 2.75. That's like halfway through, that's great. That always sounds like a really low rating, but in my head I'm like, no, but if you're rating out of 5, 2.5 or, you know, anything above that is brilliant. It just wasn't one that I think is going to stay with me. There's definitely Freida McFadden's that I've read that I've really thoroughly enjoyed, like The Inmate, Ward D, The Housemaid, ones that I think about on a regular basis, whereas this one I feel like I won't really remember if I've read it or not, if that makes sense, hence the low rating. I did definitely find it really interesting. I did guess one of the plot twists, but I was invested throughout the entire book and wanted to know what was happening next the whole time. It's a good thing. Like, I was definitely invested. Then I read, I can't even remember what it's called now, The New Year's Eve Party, I think it was called actually. It was okay. It was very predictable. The ending just took like this weird turn that just made the whole thing pretty much pointless, and the characters weren't very likeable people. It just wasn't very thrilling either, so that's why I rated it quite low. I literally think I'm going to rate it like a 1 star. Like, I was not interested, probably skimmed a lot of it, like I just didn't care, not gonna lie. Obviously I have just sat and read for 12 hours, so that might have contributed towards it, but sod that, don't even care. Never gonna think about that book again. Like, I'm not here for milking things in 2026. If a book was bad, I'll tell you. And then obviously when I woke up the next day, I started by reading Death Row by Freida McFadden. I had a whole clip of me talking about it and introducing it, but for some reason that's gone missing, so that's why it just randomly cut, so apologies. I really enjoyed it. Obviously my Audible cut out halfway, not halfway, 12 minutes towards the end. However, I have now since finished it, because when I was at the pub last night, that's what I was reading. I just got it on my Kindle and I was reading it like that, so boom, logic. So I did actually manage to finish it. I was very much interested throughout the whole thing. I do like her mini short stories, because I think short stories can be very hit or miss, hence also the Daniel Hurst one. It's like you are supposed to jam-pack this entire story in around 51 pages to 100 pages and still keep us gripped, still care enough about the characters and things like that. And then of course I read Love Me Do by Lindsay Kelk. This one definitely took me by surprise. I have already spoken about it, so I won't go too much into detail, but I'm going to rate this one a 4 star. Really enjoyed it. So that is everything for today's readathon. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was definitely long awaited, and we're definitely going to be doing more in the new year. Thank you so much for everything and all your support. I love you guys more than anything, and I'll hopefully see you in my next one.